Well, the much-awaited order in the Gyanvapi case is finally here. The Gyanvapi hearing to continue on the 26th of May. Now, the hearing will first start with the plea by the Mosque Committee. The court said that it's important to hear the plea of the Mosque Committee first. Remember, there were multiple pleas in this case. There was another plea by the Hindu petitioners who invited objections to the Gyanvapi Mosque filming report. The court has also asked for the Masjid Committee's response to the Hindu side's survey report. Those are the key takeaways from this big order that was much awaited in this contentious case.
Absolutely. This is going to be important and significant because the process of hearing, Priyanshi, begins now. Right? So far, let's take our viewers through the entire legal process. There was a lower court in Varanasi which ordered the survey and appointed survey commissioners. What happened after that, we have all known, we have seen the controversy around that survey, action against one of the main survey commissioners, then another survey commissioner submitting his report, then allegations of it being leaked, and then after that the Supreme Court stepping in, questioning why this was leaked and how this was terribly wrong. So after doing all of this from a local court right to the Supreme Court, now the matter has come back to a district court in Varanasi. So this is not the lowest of the lower court. This is also, when you compare it to the Supreme Court, a lower court, but this is at the district and sessions judge, right? That's where it is. There was a very important petition over there on whether to hear this matter or not. That's at the legal stage where it is right now.
So it's a preliminary stage.
Exactly. So whether to hear the matter or not, the matter is now going to be heard on the 26th of May. What is going to be heard? An issue of maintainability. What does this mean? There is a 711 plea under the CPC that the Muslim side says that the survey itself was wrong because it violates the 1991 Places of Worship Act. That act says that the structure, the religious structure of any place must remain the way it is as it was on the 15th of August, 1947. So the Muslim side says that any survey is a violation of that law. That should not have been ordered. Now that is what the court is going to decide, or at least will start the process of hearing from the 26th of May onwards.
So those have been one of the major arguments, in fact, in this case, the Places of Worship Act that's been coming again and again, and to bring us the previous legalities of this case. Now let's also go across to Alok to understand what really happened in court today. Alok, what are your key takeaways from this order and what happened? What did both the sides say in court today?
No, today was only a day for orders, you know. This wasn't a day where the sides would have gone and argued. Those arguments happened yesterday. The second thing, again, just to point out, like, Sanket was saying, we also need to look at this in perspective. The order today is not in any way reflective of what is happening on the ground, in the sense that the judge has only set a date. He has said, "Bhai, ko sununga." He's going to start hearing it from day after. So, what is going to be heard first? I mean, I would have been very surprised if something else was heard first, because the Supreme Court of India last Friday itself said that you have to dispose of the petition of the Mosque Committee on priority. What is the petition of the Mosque Committee? The petition of the plea of the Mosque Committee is that, look, any plea to worship idols inside a mosque or any videographic filming or survey inside the mosque is illegal. It is violative of the Places of Worship Act. You can't do it. That is their plea. And that is the plea that will be heard first. There's no decision. That decision will come after rounds and rounds of hearing, God knows how many. That we can't say. That depends on what kind of arguments are made in court. That depends on what is the, evidence, etc. that is presented to the court. So that's for later. 2 days later, on Thursday, the court is going to start hearing that plea by the Mosque Committee, which says that any survey or any case over worship inside a mosque is illegal. That's number one. Number two, in its order, the court has also said that because a commission report has been filed over the videographic or the filming inside the mosque, and the court that was hearing this case first, which is the court of the civil judge here, Mr. Divakar, that court had passed an order on the 19th of May saying that both sides, the sides of the petitioners and the side of the respondents, the Mosque Committee, need to file their objections to that video filming report. Now the court today in its order has given both sides a week to file their objections.
Right.
3, even earlier, on a separate plea by 3 of the petitioners who wanted another wall in the mosque to be broken down, etc. And
filed a rejoinder. That rejoinder basically said that, look, all of these reports of a shivling or a purported shivling being filed inside the mosque, they are based on fictitious claims, and the court cannot entertain those fictitious claims to kind of go ahead and make any fresh orders in the case. This was the court of the civil judge, Mr. Divakar. So we already know more or less what the objections of the mosque committee are going to be. Of course, they have a week to prepare them in full legal terms, but this is what the mosque committee is likely to tell the court. The side of the petitioners, they have, already said that, they believe the commission report. They do believe that there's a purported shivling inside. They believe that more investigations inside are needed because they believe that, there are more basements inside where there are idols or markings of Hindu gods and goddesses. So that is what they are likely to say. I don't think they're going to object to the commission's report, but they're going to say that we want more investigations. But this is what I can say as a layman, as a reporter bringing you the news. What happens will happen in the court. And like I said again, things will start happening only from the 26th, which is day after, when the court actually starts hearing the case.